Good evening. I would like to call the Satsuma City Council meeting to order for our regular meeting of Tuesday, June the 23rd, 2026. If you would, please remember to cut your cell phones to either silent or off so they do not disrupt anybody during the meeting, and it causes us to have to stop that. All of you, most of you I see tonight have been here before. Y'all know that we always start our meetings with invocation followed by the pledge. We alternate that. Tonight is my turn, so I'm going to ask you momentarily to stand, remove your hats, and we will say the invocation, or I will, and then we'll follow it with a pledge. Please stand. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you help us tonight to address the needs and concerns of our city. Please help us to make the best decisions possible for all that are here. We pray for those that's lost loved ones, and those in our community that are sick. We pray this and all things in your precious name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got to get a roll call, please.
Councilmember Little. Present. Councilmember O'Rear.
Here.
Councilmember Skelton.
Present.
Councilmember Presnell.
Here.
Councilmember Taylor.
Present.
Mayor Barlow.
Here. Please let the record reflect that all of the elected officials are present, along with yourself. For our city attorney tonight, we have Luke Nixon sitting in for Jay. We also have various department heads here in attendance with us also. Moving to number 4 is approval of tonight's agenda. Y'all should have received this in an email along with the minutes last Friday. Have you had a chance to look over the agenda? Are there any corrections or changes you'd like to make and or additions? If there are none, could I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Motion made by Mr. O'Rear, second by Mr. Taylor. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
We'll move on to number 5, the minutes. Approval of the minutes from our regular meeting held on June the 2nd, 2026. That should have been in your email. And you have them on your
Make a motion to approve the minutes from our workshop on June 9th.
No, the council meeting, June 2nd first.
Okay, June
All right.
2nd.
Motion made by Mr. Little to approve the minutes from our council meeting of June the 2nd.
Second.
Motion made by
Second.
Mr. Little, seconded by Mr. O'Rear. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Moving to the next thing is approval of our minutes from the workshop, which was held on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026.
Motion to approve the minutes for the workshop on June 9th.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Little, second by Mr. Taylor to approve the workshop minutes. Any discussion on that? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Okay. We'll move to number 6. We didn't have this listed, but we are going to add on tonight. So, if y'all would help me welcome, we got a couple of our public works people here tonight. Well, actually, I think we got 3. We got Mr. Chris Bowden and Curtis, but tonight we're going to kind of celebrate Miss Sandra Chance there. Sandra, will you want to step up, please? And let me introduce you to the people I think most of the council knows you. Sandra's worked with us several years in public works, has done us a good job. And next Friday is her final day. She is retiring, so. This Friday. Okay. Sorry. Well, I got confused because of my notes. We were planning on meeting last week and we had it on top of the election, so I knew it was the Friday after our meeting. But she's already retired from the school system after many years of teaching to come to work with us. So I think she's been a very valuable employee, and certainly we want to wish her the very best, and we appreciate it. We hope you'll stick around and come by and see us every now and then. Don't just forget us as you retire. And well, good. I know the guys down there are all going to miss you, so appreciate you doing it and helping us get purchase orders and requisitions and everything that we need from Public Works up here to the City Hall a little quicker. And that helps them and helps us keep our bills paid for public works. So I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of the council and the citizens. We appreciate the job you've done, and we wish you nothing but the best. All of it bittersweet seeing you leaving, but understand that. All right. Mr. Bowden, you got anything you want to say, or Curtis, since she was an employee of yours and there?
I do want to say thank you to Ms. Taylor. Thank you very much. You are a blessing. I want to thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your commitment to everything you've done to fill my time.
Anybody think from the council? Well, good luck, Sandra. We do appreciate you again. Thank you. And thank you for joining tonight, Curtis. The next thing is visitors. We do have a rule where we ask people to come sign up prior to the meetings. That way, if we have any information, we can look it up and try to provide an answer or research a problem. But with that being said, sometimes people do want to come up and speak at a meeting, and we allow people to speak. We can't always promise you an answer if we have not had a chance to research it, because sometimes our questions could be legal. We have to do our research. Sometimes we got to check with our engineers, and sometimes we just got to look and see what maybe we can find to address the problem. So with that being said, I'm going to open the floor up. Please keep your comments to about 3 minutes, and but you're welcome to come forward. But just for our records, please state your name and your address, and then we start at 3 minutes from there. So at 3 minutes, I'll kind of tell you, that we need to hurry up if we can. But the floor is open if anyone would like to come forward. Come on up, ma'am. You're welcome now.
Well, my name is Mary Jordan. I
Ms.
live on
Jordan.
5241 Georgia Dale Circle, Satsuma Drive. And I've been there since August. I'll be there 41 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've enjoyed living there, but I enjoyed the water that we've had. And it was cleaned out the year that it flooded. It must have flooded in 85 or 84. And I bought that home. My home had burned in Thomasville, and I relocated down here so I could raise my son, and his daddy had died. And I come down here, and every year this is getting worse and worse and worse. And everybody's walked up there, the beaver's building up more and more and more. And we'd appreciate it if we could get somebody to help us get maybe the engineering or something to clean it out, and we'd appreciate it very much.
Yes, ma'am. Some of these ditches we've been talking about for quite a while, and I am familiar. I think your house kind of backs up over there, what we used to call the Knoll property. There's a ditch that runs behind your house there.
Yep. I was right there at the ditch, and then they built a new home.
Right, you right there, kind of just off of VG Street, I think.
Yep.
So we can get Public Works to get in there and see. Chris, can you perhaps get in there and check that out, or get with the fire chief and see if you can use his drone or something so we can see if there's somewhere that's preventing the flow. I don't remember the Corps cleaning that out right that far up. I mean, if they did, maybe we could.
Well,
I'd certainly like to talk to them about doing that again, because I think that would help us drain a lot of the area. We're having some problems
Yeah.
and people coming up.
My neighbor, which was Joe and Juanita Satsuma,
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
the one that lives side of me where they're living now.
Okay.
And they're the one who told me that they went in and cleaned it out.
I just, it must have been a while, because I just didn't remember that. But if you think that we got them in there
40-something
before, we can try.
40-something years is
Yes,
a long
ma'am.
time.
Well, I'm going to discuss a few of these things with the council. So, I mean, we're open for anything that we feel that can help or improve the drainage
Well,
there or
whatever we
anywhere
have
else.
to do on that street, if y'all will tell us we're willing to, all of us is willing to do what we can do.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you, Ms. Jordan, for
you.
coming up. I appreciate it. Would y'all like to go on record with your name over there? Just, if that's, you got a similar problem?
My name is Brandy Patrick, and I live at 5237 Jonesy Hill Circle West. What she's talking about is Hell's Branch Swamp, the creek that runs behind our property.
Yes, ma'am.
It was cleaned out before, she said, but in this month, I just want to state that we've lost an entire shed. Everything in the shed has flooded, and my son's car flooded on the two major rain events we've had. We've been there since 2016, never seen the water come up in our yard like this. And I know this was a major natural thing, the rain and everything, a lot of rainfall, but the creek needs to be cleaned out. That's the only way it's gonna stop the water from coming up. It was just before coming up in my house this time. So I asked the council to please check into getting the creek cleaned out for us.
Yes, ma'am. We did have a real rainstorm on the 22nd whenever we had that, and the amount of rain we had certainly was greater than our system
Yes,
could
sir.
withstand that day. But I will certainly put this on the list, and I will try to make contact with somebody at the Corps and see, because I just had never known of them to come that far, like you said, back up. And as what you're calling Hell's Branch
Swamp.
Fells
That's what it says
goes
on
on
there.
in, and right, I know it starts way back over off of Baker Road, right?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
familiar. It
It
comes
ties
in and
into
goes,
Banks there and Gunnison, they said.
it actually goes into by Sarah's where that one feeds into, but you're right. So that's, okay, well, we would duly note your concern and your request to see about getting that. And that would take some real, serious equipment to get in there, dig that out and do it. But maybe we can have some luck.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you state your name one more time?
Brandy Patrick.
Okay. Ms. Patrick, thank you for coming up, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Listen.
It is.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else like to come before the council tonight? Mr. Little?
Yes, sir, sorry, not on the agenda that everyone's meetings tonight, but Dale Little, 5451 7th Street. And, my daughter lives on, her husband also lives on 105 West Maple. And, water got into their house the first storm, and it was about an inch from this last storm. Lived here like everybody else, and I always think Orchard area. And we left the other night coming at Baker and 43. And all these years hadn't hit, but it was sitting there at the red light, and it was about a 20 to 30 foot, about 10 inches deep. It had breached the culvert on the westbound coming north ditch there. And all that water was coming straight over to the culvert, making a turn up Baker, and then right down 6th Street, and just flooding, basically a retention pond at 6th Street for that ditch. All these years, I've never seen it in that light, like I say, we've
Right.
always been focused on Orchard Street.
Right.
And if you look there, it's a perfect swell right there at the red light, and I know it's state there. I'm just trying
Right.
to get some people thinking and talking. But, I really think the area there at 6th and Maple is, like I say, a retention pond carrying that water coming from the ditch. Orchard's bringing water in. The church is kind of a retention pond for that. But it was doing it, it was hanging on even, up to that last storm the other night. The ditch there is doing all it can, don't expect it to do more than it can. But when that amount of water is coming over that culvert and just flowing right there, that's a tremendous amount of
ditch, you talking about between you and Mr. Landrum there?
No, the ditch at Baker. You
Okay.
know, there's a ditch at the high
Yes.
school right at the parking.
Yes,
Does
yes.
that ditch come across there? I just,
Yes,
I
it's
I
my
don't know
understanding
where
that
it
ditch
comes.
does
Okay, I
go
didn't know
across.
if it, did there, if it
Right.
come all the way down, but, like I say, I just been one tracked all these years, and then when I seen that, I mean, that water just as perfect as it can and goes in Sixth Street, and that's where it goes. And, so, like I say, I know it's probably a state just trying to get, I think that would help tremendous if some sort of bulkhead could be made, at least to raise that up there, so.
Well, we did get an email from AlDOT today asking us about any damage or any suggestions or anything we have, so that might be something that we could speak with them
Okay.
on
And-
and refer. And I know that people think we're not giving them answers,
No,
but when we see that amount of rain that we had over 10 days, and 3 or 4 of the days were just
yeah,
downpours. I mean, we seen flooding where we hadn't seen it
Right.
before, and we started in the last couple of years trying to get out and photograph and video, because I think sometimes when we try to explain this to some of the engineers and all, when it's dry, they don't, I think they think
Yeah.
we're exaggerating, but,
I understand.
and the, and it's
know.
kind of hard to plan where we've never had a problem.
Right.
And people would think we're crazy if we're out here planning and spending a bunch of money
Yeah.
where they've never seen water.
Right.
And
That's
then
right.
yet when something like that
Yeah.
happens,
And like I say, I've been one track most of my life,
Right.
'cause
Right.
just because we've always thought,
Right.
That way. But, just having to pull up to the, stop light there and had a light bulb. So, if you need help when they
Right.
come, holler, we'll walk
Okay.
up there with them. But you can kind of see it now. Now I see it all the time. You pull up
Right.
to the red light, you kind of see exactly.
Right.
So, like I say,
Right.
not fussing, no,
Okay.
everything's
No.
being done that can. I just
Yeah.
had a moment
Yeah.
and, didn't know if it has been brought up in that light or not, just trying to get something, to talk about, so.
well, thank you for bringing that to our
All right.
attention. I did not see that day, and I was out,
Right.
so
Yeah, I drove through it.
so
Many,
I believe
many
you. I
years
just-
and
I
never,
just-
I just happened so just, now maybe you can, and you won't see it until it gets above that culvert there and has to go somewhere, so.
Right. Well, I appreciate you bringing it up.
Yes, sir.
To it. Like I said, that's one we hadn't
Right,
had before, so.
okay.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
y'all.
Dale. Okay, now we're gonna be going into regular order in just a minute. If y'all got anybody wanna say anything else, please come forward. The floor is open. Good evening.
I'm Libby Disney, and
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
on 601 Whidden Drive,
Yes, ma'am.
and I am speaking for my granddaughter. She's not here, and our problem is on Thomas Road, 354, and she has a terrible drainage problem there. The water backs up, it goes across the street into her neighbor's yard. We understand the flooding, we understand the rain and all this, we just do not understand why it's not draining off. Where it comes from, where's it gonna go to? It just stands.
We feel like it's the property behind,
We feel like you're right.
so,
So-
but it's like a cesspool. I mean, I just dropped some, cause we're cleaning and painting. She just bought this house, like, it's been wet more than it's been dry in 3 weeks that she bought this house. But anyway, we just dropped off paint and stuff, and it smells horrible. And it's just like a retaining pond right there, but it goes across. I don't know all the neighbors yet. We live on Laurelwood, so we've been here 16 years. But, it goes across the road to that lady, and she actually come over and introduced
Some
if
of,
it
go ahead.
goes over onto private property, what's gonna happen if they have to cross the private property to clean
Well-
out what's causing the problem in their yard?
First, I do think that we can, if we can get a break from the rain, do something to help over there. But I don't think we can solve that problem there. That's one that we can get some help. And you're right, the property that the house backs up to on Thomas is not in the city limits. That's private, it's private property. We don't have any, really drainage in there. And, you know, so really, it's gonna be kinda hard for us just to go on private property and start digging a ditch to relieve it, although I feel like that was the natural flow of the water to get back there. And hopefully we can do something to get that back open and draining.
Was that like a city, I mean, is that
The-
supposed to be Mobile County?
That's still in Mobile County. Yes,
But
it is.
isn't the ditch, is there like a ditch, do y'all know, that goes across that property that drains into Steel Creek or somewhere else?
Well, there is a culvert, and there's a manhole there between the houses and going straight on across, like you said, from Powers, and then the low spot by Mr. Barfoot's house, the red brick house there on the east side of it that was built a few years ago. That's a low spot on that side, and then it comes across where y'all are at, and that's where it's really holding water. But I mean, I've seen it hold water before, but I've never seen it hold water like we're seeing this time.
Awful.
I mean, it's 3
That
weeks
was
that you've had.
over there, it smells like sewage, but, I mean, when there's a ditch, if it goes across that property, I know it's private property, but.
They can't
people
stop
be
it, but I
contacted?
mean, we have our attorney here, and that is one of the questions we have for the engineers, but, you know, we do have 2 or 3 areas in the city here where the water has kind of naturally flowed that way for years, and now all of a sudden they either clear cutting property or people have built houses, and it's stopping the flow, and there's gonna probably have to be some research legally, what can we do? Now, I don't think they can stop the water, the natural flow, and block it to keep it on your house, but I don't necessarily think that we would have a right to go on to somebody's private property and just cut a ditch. Do you
But if
have
the-
any
if there's
thoughts on that,
already a-
Luke?
Generally, I have to look into it.
Come over to,
Yeah, so, I mean, it's like so you don't know that there's an actual ditch that flows through there, it's just a culvert, is that what you're saying, a manhole?
No, the culvert is there in the road. I mean, you can see
Okay, yeah,
that
'cause
right
it's
in
in the
front.
low
Yes,
spot.
right.
All the water drains there and comes
Right,
in
I'm
the
talking
hard
about
culvert.
where the problem is, we feel like is in the woods behind the
Right,
house.
Yeah, and I do too, because something's blocked somewhere, it's gotta be.
is
Right.
that not Alabama Power's little strip of land down through
Well, the
there?
power company owns a right of way with power lines going across, but I've never known of them to
So that was
do
my next question, is
anything with the drainage.
like a right of way, an easement, or anything like that, isn't that either the people that own that property, shouldn't they be responsible to keep that if it's causing flooding issues for the people in the community? Or if it's the city, I know if it's Mobile County or whatever, would you have a right, not to get on their property, but just to dredge out that ditch and just to where there's a flow to where it can go, one way or the other?
We're gonna try to help y'all with your problem, but I was going to speak with the council later tonight regarding a project we're looking at with Sane Engineering, where we might partner with either 1 or 2 other cities and with the county, because we feel like some of these problems are not just isolated right here at Satsuma. It could be us, it could be the county, so if it does require 2 governmental entities, we will be in it to start with. So, to answer your question, I don't know, because we haven't had a lot of success in trying to work on the ditches with that particular property owner to drain the water. And I just don't know that we could legally go in there with our equipment and start clearing and draining, because although, which is kind of what we're dealing with some of the other people. I mean, we got flooding in one issue. Well, if we could fix that, we can't just transfer the water automatically onto somebody else's property and cause them to have water issues then.
Well, there's no houses behind her house.
I
Right,
just
but it's
figured that
not, but I
was-
mean, it's still somebody else's private property that we would be putting the water onto.
No, I
And-
thought it was like a ditch, like you have all these ditches that are
property
it
you're
down,
talking
dump
about
spot.
years ago, I'm talking about when I was a child, there was a house back there and we could play, but they've kind of fenced it off and blocked it. And, you know, they don't really want people on the property. And I'm sure for legal reasons or liability, probably didn't want people riding the four-wheelers and everything else. That's what mainly caused a lot of that. But still in all, we're going outside of our city limits to try to work on a drainage system that I'm not sure that we can do, or that we may need to work with that property owner on in order to give you the real relief that you need. So, I mean, and we are aware of it. We've made photographs, we've tried to track it. That's another place where we've had water, but we've never seen it stand like it's standing now.
It's still standing.
Well, they were up there when we got here today.
Yeah.
I mean, they're,
Over there one day.
So, I
Pardon?
mean, is there anything that we could do as far as, I'm not, like, when you talk about legally, is that something we could find a name of the people and try to contact them and say, look, this is what's happening. We don't wanna do anything to put anything on your property, but is there a way that we can, something can be done? I mean, is that something that we could
Well,
do? Like
sir.
legally? I mean, is that something we could
We're desperate.
contact them?
You're welcome to reach out to the property owner and talk to them about it.
Well, do you know who owns it? Nobody seems to know who owns the property.
I think we could probably help you with that. Okay. We
And we'll
attempted
try to
work
get in
with them
touch
on
with them
a
because
couple things.
it's ridiculous, and every time, you know, you don't wanna live like that, every time a rain, and we understand the rain. And we know
Nobody
it's
will
gonna
walk around
flood
the
at
house
times.
And mosquitoes will pick you up and tow you off as you're trying to get in the houses.
She has no yard except a sidewalk. The rest of it's underwater and boggy. You can't cut grass or do anything else. And
We will work, we have already discussed a couple of things. We don't know if we can get some relief over there by getting the water to run to the north, go Powers, and then back into that ditch that goes back under Gilbert over there.
So does it?
I know you don't wanna hear it. That,
Is there like another
there's a,
drainage?
yes, it goes over behind, if you know where the sewer lift station is at, over off of Gilbert, there's a ditch that goes up through the woods, kind of in behind that subdivision that takes some of that water. It kind of goes under Gilbert Street. It comes out. But we need a break in this rain for a few days so we can have a chance to catch up. I mean, it's,
looks like you're gonna get it because the weather's saying it's gonna be pretty
yes,
bad.
ma'am, it's been horrible on us trying to do road repairs,
we
ditches, and everything
understand
else. We're so far behind now that
As far as it flooding or overflowing when we have bad rains, hey, that's nature. We just want it to drain away after the rain's gone, and it's not. It's just staying.
it has this time.
So
Yes, ma'am.
anyway, whatever y'all
I
do,
hope we can do
please.
something to help you out, but I'm not gonna sit here and promise something knowing that it's going to be difficult, because
Well,
if
do
we
you
got
have
it out of
any
here,
idea when that we could expect any kind of news as to what they're gonna do? No?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and give you a date and then not live up to it. I mean, every day I'm talking to some engineers. I mean, I've talked to 3 different groups today about the problems we're having and what we can get to doing,
And
so.
we understand we're not the only place in Satsuma. Ours is trivial to some of what all these other people have been through. But it's just drain water off. It'll just drain water off. If it floods again when another hard rain comes, hey, so be it. As long as in a couple of days the water's gone. And you're not like mosquitoes to get out and go in the back door.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Okay.
thanks.
I'm sorry we're not giving you an answer you'd like, but thank you for coming up and bringing it to us. Okay, we're about to go into regular order, if there's no one else. Mr. Orso.
Hello, everybody. Mike Orso, 6467 Orchard Street. I wanted to check with y'all to see if we've talked to the engineers yet. Have they come up with any ideas or shot any grades on our problem we're having on Orchard? So I guess I'm here speaking for everybody on Orchard.
Mike, we have met with the engineers. We've met with them 2 or 3 times. I've talked with them multiple times since the day. I even brought them over, or Mr. Taylor actually was with them. I joined y'all at your house there. So you know that we have them there. There's going to be a contract on the council later tonight. I think there's unanimous support here to agree to do a survey and do some elevations and
Yeah.
also some culverts to get us a report from over there on the Orchard Street. So that's hopefully moving forward. But I'm gonna have to tell you the same thing I'm telling them. I mean, the water is there. It's almost every day. It's hard to get something lined up. I mean, there's the retention ponds and all have held water. The ditches are still holding water. We've, you know,
Well-
hopefully we can get a few days of some dry weather so they can really get in there and do some work.
And I understand about the water holding, but we've had plenty of time when we've been in dry spells, 3 and 4 months, without it raining enough to cause a mess. I mean, I just don't understand. Everybody knows the 2 pipes that goes under the track that goes to 7th and then crosses at 6th and Bayou. Them 2 pipes cannot handle that water. We got all that water. That water even comes from the interstate. You got all that water coming from the west, all the water coming down Baker, all the water coming down side the track that's missing the retention pond. And the pipes at Bayou is 4 feet higher than the ones that go under the track. No doubt about it. That track is pretty straight. I mean, that track ain't got no 1 foot variation in it. It may have 6 inches here, there, and yonder, but that track's gonna be pretty much straight.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And I'll promise you, there's 4 foot difference in pipes. And you can go to Bayou when everybody's flooded and you may see a few drops of water. You're not gonna see any water flowing going north. No way. I done done it too many times.
They did try to get
And
the
that's the
mini X
bottom
in
line.
there the other day, and it was so boggy they had to back it out.
Do what now?
They tried to get the mini X in there. You've seen it by the retention pond, the green one, the other day, and it was so boggy. They didn't want to get it stuck, so they started backing out. The property land is still saturated, so you
But
have to
there
be careful
again,
what you do.
there
or you're
again,
gonna
the
create
land
another
runs
problem.
uphill from my house to Bayou. And the pipes is there to prove it. They're 4 foot higher than the ones under the track that goes across 7th and then 6th and Bayou. Them pipes at Bayou are 4 foot higher. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. Cause I'm a dumb country boy and I know which way water runs.
Mike, we're trying to move forward on that, and I really believe in order for us to make a significant difference in the flooding, it's going to take a study, it's going to take probably money, it's probably going to take us some grants or something, because that's going to be an enormous expense. And I don't know, in my term of being up here, that I'll ever be able to handle 10 straight days of downpours when we have 14 or 15 inches in 5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just being honest. I mean, that's, from what I understand and what I've tried to learn in flooding in the last few months after what we faced, is most of the engineering firms don't even engineer for these, 12, 15, 18 inches of rain in 6 or 8, 10 hours. I mean, we got one engineer on this council here. I mean, the size of ditches or retention ponds, and I mean, I don't like people to say we've done nothing, because we are a small city. We don't have enormous equipment to do some of these things with, and we don't have an unlimited budget that some other cities have. But I feel like we're trying to do the best we can. And over there, we built a retention pond. We built another retention pond. We come back and double the size of the first one. We've cleaned some of those ditches, and it's still, y'all are still having problems. I mean, but I think that some of that has been that there's been additional development over there, and we've cleaned some of the ditches trying to move the water, and we're getting it so fast, getting it up there to the Timberland, U Street, Orchard Street area, that, and then look at the culverts that's going under there. I mean, we're dangerously close. I mean, you just heard Mr. Little talk about,
Yeah.
we're flooding 6th and 7th and Maple now almost.
But I'm just saying, that retention pond, most of the water that's going in it is coming from water down south. You're getting a little bit of the water in it from down side the track that's coming south to north.
But I went over and looked at it. We agreed with you. We probably need to figure out a way to get something in there to divert some of the water that's coming from the south, coming down the railroad into the retention pond and get it into the back side of the retention pond where that's the last place to fill up back there.
Yeah, and that thing needs dredging. It's way too shallow, that retention pond, because you got water. That thing will be near about flooding or and the water will be coming out of the pipe on the northwest corner of the retention pond, coming back out to Baker Road and bypassing everything. See what I'm saying?
Well, you may have seen that I mean, this is somewhat of a learning for all of us, where we used sandbags on some of the low places.
Yeah.
This time to try to hold the water in the pond with the gates closed to keep all the water from going on the north side of Baker and even getting into that retention pond across from your house.
But our biggest problem is the water going north. It's got to go north.
Right, and the next time that we're going to probably put some sandbags up beside the retention pond where the pipes go in to try to help get that water as much as we can to go into the retention pond. We've already discussed some of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I promise you, since the day that the rain happened, that I've been in conversations or gone to look at somebody's house or their suggestions, and some people have some good ideas. I think it's going to take time to do some of these things. I mean,
you know, this past Thursday, it was past my sidewalk again.
You called me. Remember we talked?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, we don't have to have rain like we had on the 22nd for that to flood over there. We don't have to have that kind of rain. So that, you know, that's at the ballpark. All we got to have is a good thunderstorm, and it backs up. It don't have to be, like I said, June the 22nd rain for that to happen. And I've talked about it to people year in and year out, months and months at a time, and you know I have.
Yeah.
And we're still at the same place.
Mike, I hope we can have you an answer or you can see that we are working on it some. Like I said, hopefully you've seen us over there on the ditches. You've seen the people out looking, and you've seen we've tried to bring the track over in there, and like you said, the mini X. It just.
Well, now it's very wet.
Right, and we're running into that constantly. I mean, the rainfall that we've had has got our potholes in the city. We've got, you know, more than we seem to ever have. We've got, like I said, we've experienced water and flooding problems where we had never had it before. I mean, it's caused us issues with our water and sewer system that we're working on. It's across the board.
And done messed up several driveways, washing out around the pipes.
So.
Okay. I want
Thank
to
you,
check
Mike.
and see where
Okay.
we're at.
All right, thanks. Okay, anybody else? If not, we're going into regular order of business. Okay, if there's no one else to approach the council, we'll move to number 8, reports from the mayor and council. Would like to first start, we've had some sickness and death in our community with some residents. I got 4 that have been in since our last council meeting. Miss Graham, Mr. Jeffrey Wells, Mr. Bennett, also Miss Peggy Harbin, who was the wife of Johnny Harbin, who I think we just discussed at our last council meeting, passed away about a week after he did. She was a former longtime resident of Satsuma and a teacher here at the school. And then Mr. Joe Brewster passed away. His service was Saturday. Y'all may know Joe served here on the Board of Adjustments for quite a number of years. He was a longtime business owner here. And he probably best known being Santa Claus here in the Satsuma. I think even Saraland Christmas Parade for many years. And so I'd like to give condolences to all of those families. I would like to say that since our last meeting, we've received thank you cards from the families of Mr. and Miss Harmon and Miss Miss Joanne Monk, who passed away, thanking the city for their assistance during that time. On Saturday, June the 5th, we had our city cleanup day. Once again, until the rain got us about lunch, it had stayed pretty steady all day. I think it's a very worthwhile event, and y'all would be surprised at the amount of stuff that we took in that day. So we had people suggest that we may even try to look at having a second cleanup day every year, maybe in the fall. So if y'all want to think about that, we can take it up at a workshop. We discussed adding an additional AC unit at the Steel Creek Lodge. That was installed, and it's up and running. Since our last meeting, we had Satsuma House of Pizza on June 11th, had their grand opening. Real nice, and glad to have them in Satsuma. Looks like they've been packed about every night, lunch every day too, so since they've opened, so hopefully they'll stay doing good. The ribbon cutting, we're going to look at June the 11th for the Bake My Day there at Juniper Knoll 43. We'll let y'all know in the next few days when we set the time and all.
You mean July?
July the 11th. I'm sorry. Thank you for your correction, Mr. Little. Just letting y'all know we do have a Sharpsy meeting tomorrow. I'll be attending. As we'll get down later on, the Civil Southeast contract will come up under resolutions. I've already made mention of that we are hope to get that study going soon. We've also been in contact with Kevin Harrison, Sane Engineers, trying to look for anything that we might be able to work toward a grant, the estuary program, the NEP, for some of the flooding issues that we're having in various subdivisions. Don't forget, this coming Sunday is the We Love Satsuma contest. We're hoping and praying that, or not contest, but the 4th of July celebration, which we always have the Sunday before the 4th. And it will conclude with the fireworks at dark. Gentlemen, y'all ready with the parks? Are planning to have that ready? Chief, y'all have adequate personnel and store and all? Remember, Friday week will be July the 3rd. Satsuma City Hall and the Water Board will be closed for the 4th of July holiday, which is of course on Saturday, the day after. As I already mentioned, the sidewalk project is moving along, if y'all see it, but just like everything else, they've had a hard time trying to get concrete in here and pour with the rainstorms that we've had, and it's kind of messed them up, got them a little running behind. We are aware of numerous potholes, and hopefully we can get a break in this rain and start moving forward on some of that. The Green Co. storm debris contract, we are working on that, and hopefully we'll have that prepared for our next council meeting for y'all to take a look at. If we can get it beforehand, I'll get it to you, so maybe we can vote on it tonight at the meeting. Have multiple things I'm working on here. We got obviously the roof. Y'all know that is not on the agenda tonight, that we're trying to get a second quote on. We will have that ready for the next meeting. A few of these other things, but I don't want to slow the meeting down any more than we already have tonight. So if y'all have any questions, I'll answer them right now, or we can bring it up later in the meeting, or if there are any. If there are no questions, I will move along to council comments and go place one with Mr. Little, Public Service. Randy, got any?
I just wanted to mention sanitation real quick. Just thank everybody for their patience a little bit last week. I know at one point, I think we had every truck was down at one point, and missed an afternoon of pickup, I believe, but, we was back on it the next morning and got trucks running, and I hope everything's pretty close back to normal, so thanks for the patience. And also, it looks like we did, Public Works maybe got a little asphalt out in some of the potholes that I seen, but, other than that, I'm good for now. Thank you.
Sure. All right, thank you, Mr. Little. We'll move administration, Mr. O'Rear.
I don't have anything tonight.
Okay. Moving on to place 3, public safety, Mr. Skelton.
Nothing tonight.
Moving on to place 4, Parks and Recreation, Ms. President.
Well, I think everybody in the city knows that Parks and Recreation hadn't been doing a lot because they've been doing a lot of other things besides the park. But I think there are a couple of things that's in the works for as soon as possible that can be done, like replacing the roof on one of the bathrooms, and hopefully that'll be coming up soon. And this is not anything to do with Parks and Recreation, but I would like personally to thank the young man who worked so diligently to get the sound system going, Tucker Paul, because he loves the city and wanted to do that for us. So he probably saved us a lot of money. So thank you, Tucker, for doing that. I appreciate that a lot. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Ms. President, and thank you, Tucker, for helping out with the sound on various programs that you always do for us. So we do thank you for that. Moving to place 5, Mr. Taylor, Public Works.
Just a little bit, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to thank Chris and all crew and everyone involved that Friday night with the torrential downpours we had. We were all out to the AM hours. Your mayor was out, I was out. Other people on this council was out till the AM hours, making sure everything was flowing and running. We pulled garbage cans out of ditches. It was clogging up holes, limbs, leaves, etc., wet from head to toe. And so don't think that it's not going unnoticed or we're not up here doing our jobs, because we are. And, there's a lot of people involved, a lot of things I'm sure that needs to be improved. And we are heading in that direction. And you've got a panel up here that wants to take us in that direction and help work. So give us a little bit of time, work with us, and I promise you, in the end, you will be pleased. Thank you. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. If there are no further comments from the council, we can move to item number 9, items for discussion and/or consideration. And I'll start with A, is payment of the bills.
Make a motion to pay our bills, amount of $67,302.73.
Second.
A motion made by Mr. O'Rear, second by Mr. Taylor, to pay our bills in the amount of $67,302.73. Is there any discussion or questions? If there is none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Let it show it passed unanimous. Moving on to B, discussion and consideration of donating 1 complimentary motel room for the Alabama Bass Federation tournament. It doesn't go into a lot of details. I think y'all may be familiar with this, but this is for the high school program that they host a bass tournament from Steel Creek. I think we've had as little as, when the weather didn't cooperate, it's about 50 boats, and about 85, 90 is the highest we've ever had. It does bring a lot of people here, and they've asked in the past that we do something to help sponsor, and we worked out a deal with a hotel up here. I think they give us a pretty good deal where we rent a room and they make available rooms for others, but of course they have to pay for them. So, do you have a cost or approximate cost of the room?
I think last year it may have been 160, 170, around that.
Yeah, I was gonna say 200, because I think that would cover it, but it's a couple $100 to bring everybody to town and for them to host the tournament. There's never been a problem before, but I want y'all to know what it's for. Is there anybody got a question or any opposition to that?
I don't, Mr. Mayor, but if you'd like, I'd like to mention their names, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
The 2 young gentlemen at the high school is Trent Dunham and Ethan Williams. And, the men that they face in these tournaments to the competition that they have for them to accomplish this is something that is commendable and amazing. And, I'm proud of both the young men and everyone involved with helping these young men's success. Because it's not easy, and yes, it's extremely costly.
Then I'll take that as you're making the motion to.
Yes, sir, I
give
am.
the-
Second.
And Mr. Little seconded it. Is there any discussion from anybody else? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Moving on to C, discussion and consideration of accepting the resignation of Roger Nelson in good standing from the fire department.
So,
Second.
On a motion made by Mr. Skelton, second by Mr. Taylor to accept the resignation in good standing. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Moving on to D, discussion and consideration of a $1,200 donation to the First Baptist Church for the We Love Satsuma semi-quincentennial community grant that will help them with the We Love Satsuma for the 250th anniversary of America celebration. I think that should fall, what I would think would be clearly inside the grant, scope of the grant that we got. So is there any question or comment regarding that?
I think we should donate the $1,200 to the Satsuma First Baptist Church for the We Love Satsuma.
I guess that's the form
I'll
of
second
the
that.
motion. Miss Shirley, so we'll say Shirley made the motion, and it was seconded by Mr. Little. Any discussion from any of the other members?
The only question I got on that, I'm not opposed to doing it, is with that being a grant, can we just donate that? Okay.
Yeah, when we put in for it, it was stated that we would give whatever that didn't have 250 on it, we would donate it to them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, so I think this qualified for the scope of the grant. With that being said, we have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, show it you passed unanimous. E is discussion and consideration of a liquor license for Villa del Rey, is that Taqueria, to be located at 429 Highway 43.
So moved.
Second.
I'm not a drunk, but I like.
I had a,
But, hold,
I didn't mean
one
like
second. First, I got,
So
the floor had the motion, a motion was made by Mr. Skelton, and it was seconded by Mr. O'Rear. Now, is there any discussion on this?
Mayor, I thought we have they not come and asked for that? I mean, that place is almost, they've done a lot of renovations and a lot of,
It was on the agenda last meeting, but it didn't show
a lot of work. Looks like they're almost ready to open up, and they,
Yeah, I'm like,
He said a couple weeks after this is approved.
yeah,
3 weeks.
I'm like Mr. Skelton, I agree with it, so,
well, I have a comment on that.
yes,
Not
ma'am.
when they're opening, because I guess everybody be glad when they're opening. But I didn't realize when they applied for the liquor license that it would also be liquor, not just beer and wine. And I don't like that. That's just my personal opinion. I don't like it.
Okay. With a motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. O'Rear to approve the liquor license for said location. Any further discussion on the council? If there is none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those
No.
opposed? Let it show it passed 5-1. Moving on to F, discussion and consideration of Officer Cherry to attend NASRO Tactical Assailant Response class. I think this is to be held in Mississippi, so it's an out-of-town class. And I think we're actually partnering with the school system on this, if that's, I read your email right.
Correct. No, the school actually pays for the class,
So it's a good deal for us to send somebody, like I said, this, they're picking up the majority of the bill, so I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Y'all have any problem with that? If nobody does,
Second.
motion was made by Mr. Skelton, second by Mr. Taylor. To approve, any discussion? If no, be none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Moving on quick now. 10, resolutions, ordinances, other orders, and other business. A, resolution 2026-02, that's Gov Deals. You wanna? Who's going to
I'll make the
represent the
motion,
city?
what we're looking to put on Gov Deals is a 2015 Ford Taurus, 2011 Ford Crown Vic, and a 2019 Ford Fusion.
Second.
We don't have any other vehicles from Public Works or anything that we can?
We have another Gov Deals on the next, which Troy was working on another car
Okay.
on the next agenda too.
Okay, well, let's make sure that we check anything we have that we can sell. Okay, on a motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by, was it Mr. O'Rear? Any further discussion from the council? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Moving to B, Resolution 2026-06-03, appointing Emily Alareno to the Satsuma Public Library Board.
I make a motion that we appoint Emily Arello to the Satsuma Public Library Board.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. President, seconded by Mr. Taylor. We will appoint her to the library board. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Resolution 2026-06-04 is appointing Billy Salter to the Satsuma Public Library Board, but this is basically just a reappointment here. He's been on it for a number of years. Any problem with that? Then I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion for resolution 2026-06-04, appointing Billy Salter to the Satsuma Public Library Board.
Second.
Who was it made that?
I was reading.
AI down there on the.
That's actually what I meant by that.
It sure didn't
I don't
sound
know
like
who
it.
His
it
iPad
was.
did.
Okay, on the motion made by Mr. Taylor, second by Mr. Skelton. All those in favor of reappointment of Billy Salter, signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Okay, we had a wording change, but we have resolution that we've been talking about, 2026-06-05, approval of professional services from Civil Southeast. That I think was $8,200 for them to do what we've been talking about, to do some surveying and do some shooting grades, and for them to make some recommendations in the said area that we had the drainage issues on.
There was one correction I think that Jay wanted to make in the contract. Luke, do you remember what it is without me?
He wanted to talk about them saying something about the liabilities.
Limitation of liability. Right now, it's just, if something goes sideways with it, then they're only on the hook for the actual cost of the contract, which is about $1,800.
That's common verbiage in these engineering services contracts.
You're an engineer, if you don't think it's a problem,
I
I
mean-
don't think it's a problem. When I seen it, I didn't think it was either, because on a small contract like this, I don't think they're gonna wanna expose yourself to.
Yeah, I mean, basically, in my opinion on this, all you're doing is they're shooting elevations and you're getting the document that have the elevation shown. So, and at that point, once you acted on it, then you would get into the deeper things.
Well, if the council passes it, if there's wording change or whatever, we'll let you know, but I think y'all got the gist of what we're doing, and I'd really like to go ahead instead of waiting another 2 or 3 weeks to even get started. If we
I
get,
make the motion,
Okay.
approve resolution 2026-06-05.
Second.
motion made by Mr. Little, second by Mr. O'Rear here. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Moving on, resolution 2026-06-06, requesting an increase in the monthly volunteer donation for the fire department. As y'all know, we discussed asking for the, going from $1 to $3, and we all agreed to that months ago. But they wanted to have this in a resolution form before posting it on the water bills.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. O'Rear, seconded by Mr. Little, any discussion? All
Is
those-
that, Mayor, is that the way it's worded on the bill?
Yes, it is, fire donation.
But does the customer have to check if they want to do it or
No,
not?
they just pay it.
They
wanna
just pay it.
If they
If
don't
they
pay it,
don't,
pay
then
it.
they,
There's nothing done.
but it already, okay, that's what I wanted to know.
So nobody can be really mad at us. So,
Okay.
It can be short, the bill can be short paid.
so it's, we don't do that, and I'll sit here and argue this with anybody. I mean, we started this years ago because the fire department didn't have any funding. And I don't think anybody, well, first of all, from early eighties, when it started, to now, there's never been an adjustment. And here we are now with a new building, a fire station, we got, try to have professional fire people on duty around the clock, 3 or 4 people, all the time. And the fact that the insurance rating and our ISO rating and all saves anybody way more than they will ever get on this $3 a month. So anybody that complain about it, I don't understand. Got a motion made by Mr. Little, seconded by Mr. O'Rear. Is any other discussion from the council? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Resolution 2026-06-07, appointing Sharon Upton to the Satsuma Public Library Board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Taylor, appointing Ms. Upton to the Library Board. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Okay. Really not quite sure why these next 2 ordinances are 2 different ordinances.
Two
It should be,
pieces of
2
property.
parcel
But-
numbers.
I guess because it's 2 parts, but it seems like we ought to be able to annex one ordinance with both parcels, but I guess for legal reasons, we must have to do it this way. G, ordinance 572, annexation of property on Willie Crook Avenue. This is what the gentleman came up earlier about. We had the public hearing. So G, can I get a motion to approve the annexation?
Make a motion.
Suspend.
Jake and Jason.
You want to suspend the rules?
All right, you want to amend your ordinance to put said ordinance up for immediate adoption. So we'll have to suspend the rules and put it up for immediate adoption. You have to do a roll call on it now. Okay. You're still staying with your second.
Second on
Jason?
Jason. Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember O'Rear?
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Presnell?
Yes.
Councilmember Taylor?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Yes. Same thing with ordinance 573. It's the same, basically it's the same property, just different
Make a motion.
note number. Yeah, I was going to say, okay, same 2. Make the motion.
Last one.
It's the same, Jake and Jason. Any discussion? All right, suspend the rules, roll call.
Councilmember Little?
Yes.
Councilmember O'Rear?
Yes.
Councilmember Skelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Presnell?
Yes.
Councilmember Taylor?
Yes.
Mayor Barlow?
Yes. Okay, let it show the property's been annexed, so it's approved, so it's done there. Okay, our last real thing we got tonight is a proclamation 250th anniversary of the United States of America. We have proclamation, y'all please don't make me read the whole thing all the way through, but it's from the office of the mayor of the city of Satsuma, proclamation, whereas on July the 24th, 2026, our nation will commence the semi-quincentennial anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So this is a proclamation where we have been asked to pass this, and hopefully we can celebrate Sunday, good Lord willing. The weather will cooperate with us, and we can have a nice afternoon at the park. And it goes through the, if you know, it will be posted around town if you'd like to read it. And I think all of you have a copy of this, but the end of it now, therefore, I, Mark Barlow, Mayor of the City of Satsuma, Alabama, do encourage all residents to participate in activities commemorating the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. So
Need a motion.
I need that in the form of a motion.
I'll make it.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Little, second by Mr. Taylor. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, well, 7:37, we have gone through everything that I know of. Jessica, is there anything you know of in our notes or reminders or anything you know of I need to brief the council on? I think I've covered everything. So, with that being said, if there's no further business to come before the council, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion made to adjourn.
Second.
Second.